games they lost 4-1, 12-3, and then 7-4. Really, those games 1, game 3, were really the only two I would say were remotely decent games for Cleveland, as they just pretty much got rolled in game 2 by 9 runs, 12-3, and still got another game in Arizona, but you know. So we're hoping, let's see, there's at least 2 more games this game, and then game 5 if needed, and then of course it would go back to Cleveland, where Arizona's not really had any trouble with the colder weather in Cleveland. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this ball game tonight. Game number 4 tonight. T1 Walker going up against Carrasco. And of course the roof will be open, as it's been throughout the entire series, due to the fantastic weather that we've had. Now, if it was going to be any hotter, then we would very much say, okay, we're going to close the roof, cool everything down. But so far, really, we've not had any issues, really major hot weather or anything like that. So as we get ready, T1 Walker, and then if it goes to game 5, Zach Godley will get the start in that game, and then of course restart on the rotation. So, and then of course you have Hampson, the same lineup as we've had most of the series, except Buxton is in center field tonight. He is going to get rolling in center field tonight, giving Pollock a little bit of a breather, but if needed, Pollock will come in and provide that big bats here tonight. As you can see here in the postseason, Arizona #1 in home runs, #1 in RBIs, #1 in strikeouts and pitching and ERA. My goodness, they are just killing it right now with their pitching staff. Second in batting, just behind Cleveland at 267. They're hitting a combined 264 going into this World Series tonight. Hey, Mike and Lady, how's it going? Glad you could join us for tonight, as it's going to be a little bit of just running around tonight. Going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to be on and off tonight, so don't get don't be fooled. So the main reason for that is so that we get kind of get these games done, and everything is not too long. So
they're hitting on all cylinders, and I don't want to fully count out the other guys, but if the last 3 games are any indication of how this will play out, I think this series could be over really quick.
Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next.
So as we prepare for what could this be the final end of the World Series in game 4? Or will Cleveland do enough to get back in this series and force game 5 and then 6 and see if we get to a 7th? So, as you can see, Chase Field sold out here just a little bit after 7 o'clock Arizona time. Getting ready for game number 4. T1 Walker is going to be on the mound for tonight. You can see the team running out. And then the big question is, if this is the final game, how will the off-season work out for everybody? Because there's a lot to for the GM to really look at heading into the off-season. Who to sign, who to bring back, who to possibly let go. And so it'll be interesting. So there's the lineup for the Indians. Pretty much the same lineup most through this series. And then Carrasco last season, they were first in the MLB in hits. T1 Walker's second start of the postseason, 1-1 record, 9 innings done, 8 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Hey, not a bad start in his last one. 7 complete innings.
So definitely does not quite have the numbers that say like Shelby Miller, Robbie Ray, and most of those guys do, but we're hoping that things work through tonight and we can kind of get things going.
And I want to focus on first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. I'm going to steal a line from my partner here, Dan Plesac. Hashtag Goldschmidt happens. This former Gold Glover can play some serious defense as well as carry the side. So striding in, Lorenzo Cain will get us started in this one under the lights.
So as we get going here, T1 Walker ready to start. 1-1 count to Lorenzo Cain, man from Kansas City and everywhere else. As you can see, no corners tonight for this umpire. So 2 balls, 1 strike. As Cain really.
It could be a rough night for the pitchers tonight.
And the pitch, and that is right into that little gap area between left and center. Good cutoff by the left fielder, and it's a base hit for Lorenzo Cain, and of course he is a threat to run. So here comes Daniel Murphy, only 2 for 11 here in the World Series, batting 182. Now for the postseason, he's batting an even 300. So he's actually hitting the ball very well. And there's a strike. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Patrick Johnson behind the plate. Bullard, Kingsley, and Simmons at first, second, and third. But Johnson is the man behind the plate tonight.
I always felt like this. He'll give a little bit on the corners, both inside and outside. I think he's a fair umpire, but I would rate him
as that ball goes way off the plate, 2-2.
Here now the 2-2. Hit down the line.
And that ball will go foul. So 1 ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And still 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that is caught, foul tip by Alex Avila. Murphy is taken care of. So foul tip right into the glove of Avila. And that is 1 away.
Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on that.
And so here is Jose Ramirez. Not quite had the World Series he was hoping for. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on that nice split finger. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yep, nice. And the pitch, and again, that split finger just tipping below where you really can't get it. So 2 away here in the first inning. And that will bring up, of course, Francisco Lindor, who does have a home run in this series, but also batting 2 for 12. 167, batting 233 for the postseason. And a full count here with Cain at first base. And pitch, and he jammed him up. Marte going out. He does not get it. Cain is just going to hustle all the way, and no way were you going to catch him. And Lindor drives in Cleveland's first run here in the first inning, and we really can't say that they've done a ton of that in this series. They have not been the ones to jump on the lead in the first inning. And here's Tyler Naquin. No hits in the World Series so far. 0 for 11, just absolutely struggling here in the postseason. There's 1 ball, 2 strikes with that 12-6 curve, and I mean that thing is a beauty. And got him again. 1, 2, 3. So the drought continues for Naquin. as he is now 0 for 12. But Cleveland jumps to an early lead. 2 hits, 1 run, and they lead at 1-0. Arizona coming up. There is Sori Lavallo, manager of the Diamondbacks, and here's his lineup. The only exception is Byron Buxton in center field. Everyone else is the same. So the former Twin.
Hey, Matt, Carlos Carrasco, power arm, big time slider, great velocity, 94 to 96 miles an hour, but the powerhouse slider is his signature pitch. Has a changeup, but if he has that good slider, he could be really, really tough to hit.
So here comes the pitcher, Carlos Carrasco. And there is the defense for the Indians. Naquin, Valdez, Cain, left, center, and right field. And then the defense pretty much the same on the infield. And then, of course, Knapp behind the plate and Carrasco pitching. So here's Garrett Hampson, 3 for 13, 231 here in the World Series. And he has a 1-1 count to him. Carrasco, one start in the postseason.
That's a really tough pitch to do anything with.
This just on the outside. As we said, Patrick Johnson just not that type of umpire to call the corners. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And Hampson, oh, that's right to Cain, 1 away. So Hampson was hoping that would drop.
Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
So here's Kendall Marte.
Bases are empty, 1 man.
Batting 111 here in the postseason, but only 1 hit in the World Series. And there's a ball upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, he's had some walks in this postseason, 7 walks in the postseason. And that is going to be trouble. And this is gone into the pool. And Marte hits a nice home run, 400 feet, and it is a tie ball game. And that's what the crowd in Arizona likes to see. Their team getting right back into this thing. And for Cleveland, oh my goodness.
Well, his offense spotted him.
Carrasco right there, but nice connection. And that ball just kept going and going into the pool. And here is Paul Goldschmidt, 5 for 12 in the World Series, 417. He has been hitting the ball extremely well in this World Series. Also added 2 home runs in this World Series. He has been absolutely dynamite. And there's a strike with a 2-seam fastball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Carrasco throws a fastball, 4-seamer, 2-seamer, changeup, slider, and a curve. So he's a man of trade here. And whoo, like we said, just not giving away the corners. As the last game, the previous umpire he was nailing those corners for the strikes. So full count. And well, just could not resist that curve. So Goldschmidt strikes out on the 3-2 curve. Don't know if he really would maybe had a chance at him, but don't really know. And here's Jake Lamb, 0 for 2 in the game, 2 home runs in this World Series. And there's another regular season.
Very well could see it again here, though.
Carrasco pauses. Here's
Oh, they swung and missed at the one in the dirt, and that's a strike him out, throw him out. 1-2-3 inning by Kendall Marte. Notches it right back up.
Solo home run. We'll head to the top of the second. All even now at 1-1.
So here's Edwin Encarnacion facing a 3-0 count. As Walker, there's foul ball, so it'll be 3-1. And you would think maybe he would possibly taken the pitch. And there's a strike, so full count. Yes, we did. So full count here, and got him again. I tell you, the struggles for Edwin in this series has been real.
But instead, he gets the fastball way late, had no chance to put that ball in play.
So 1 ball, 1 strike to Tim Valdez.
Into the box now, Tim Valdez.
And the pitch, and this will go foul into the stands. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Walker 1-2 count, right down Main Street, and 2-way. So T1 Walker, there it is, 3-0. There's the bracket. So if Arizona wins tonight, that's the series, and then we get to look forward to the offseason and see how it will go. And here's Andrew Knapp. And no hits in the series, just like his partner, his teammate, Naquin. And, yep, like we said, just not getting the corners tonight with Mr. Johnson behind the plate.
At least make the guy work for it. He's doing that, and he's even gotten himself into a good hitter's count now.
As this popped it up in left field, Marwin Gonzalez on the run, 1-2-3 innings. So nicely done for T1 Walker.
We'll go to the bottom of the second, tied at 1. Here's Byron Buxton now. They'll have 5, 6, and 7 here to start the home half of the second. Now the 1-1 pitch. Fastball taken high for a ball.
Alright, so Buxton at the plate. Batting 176 in the postseason. Sharing time with AJ Pollock in center field, where he has played some left field. So 3 balls, 1 strike, Carrasco. As this ball will be an easy fly to left field. There's one away as Valdez takes care of it easily. And here's Steven Souza Jr., 4 for 10, 400, averaged 2 home runs, 5 RBIs in this series, as he has certainly been a difference maker in this series. 5 home runs in the postseason. He has been a real threat.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
And there's the ball downstairs with the fastball. Hit 20 dingers right on the money during the regular season. Last season he hit 19. Oh, yes, he did commit to that swing on the slider. That's what the slider will do to you. And there you see him kind of shaking his head like, really? I went for that. So 2-2 count.
2-2.
And there's a changeup, so full count. Carrasco right now really only at 22 pitches, but I tell you, they're making him throw where they need him to go. And And there's a ground ball right to short. Lindor. Nice throw to Encarnacion and two-way. Not easy to do that backhanded. Go backhanded and then kind of go elsewhere. Marvin Gonzalez 3 for 11, 273. 3 home runs during the postseason. None here in the big game, the World Series. And he is facing a 3-0 count. And he'll take first base on the walk. And here's Alex Avila. And he has certainly had a good postseason. 348, 4 home runs, 7 RBIs. Of course, you don't have great speed at first base. And Avila right to Cain. 1, 2, 3 inning. Yep. We'll definitely take the walk. So Carrasco gets through a painless second inning. And it's still 1-1 as we go to the third. So here's Carlos Carrasco, the pitcher. His first appearance in the taking a bat, swinging here in the postseason, since they don't have that option in the American League. There's a strike.
Number 2. Throws him with a high fastball there. We'll see if they try to climb the ladder even more on the next pitch.
And I tell you, T.M. Walker, when he is on, he is on.
I like how he worked him backwards for that strikeout there. He wasn't showing the fastball early in the at-bat, but then went back-to-back once he had the hitter down in the count.
So here is one away, and Lorenzo Cain, who led the game off with a base hit. And they came around and scored. There's a strike with a cutter, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. And again, ground ball, they're going to have to hurry. Marte, oh my goodness, that is close. And Torey Lovallo. So he's going to go ahead and just challenge the play here. As let's check it out here.
Yeah, Matt, definitely a close play right there. And we're going to
it looks like Lovallo's going to be correct.
That's just so tough to tell for sure from that angle. So we'll see what the decision is from the dugout, whether they want to challenge or not.
And that's a thumbs up from the bench, so they will challenge the call on the field. So the umpire.
Okay, we're going to get one more look at it right here.
So there's the catch, and yes, he would be out. So Lovallo, as the umpires are checking in with New York, and he is out. So overturns the call at first base, which it was safe at first. So now Cain will be out, and we have 2-way in the inning. And now we have Daniel Murphy. So good decision turnaround there for the umpires to get that one correct. And there's ball 4. T.M. Walker gives up his first walk of the game. And here is Jose Ramirez, 0 for 1 in the game.
Riding in once again, Jose Ramirez, 0 for 1 for him.
Full count to him. And that is into the gap, and that is trouble. So runner is going to come around and score, and Cleveland comes right back and takes a 2-1 lead. Now Jose Ramirez, I tell you, right there, and that was just right where no one could get to it. And Cleveland takes a 2-1 lead, so the walk definitely hurts there. It's Lindor coming up the Bowery, has driven in an RBI. A little bloop single last time, and this is stung in there. Now Marvin Gonzalez coming home, and they're not going to get him. And it's 3-1 Cleveland. And there you see Lindor just stirring the pot, baby. So big time hit there. Cleveland looking exceptionally dangerous here. Here's Tyler Naquin, Mr. O for everything so far. And how close was that? 3-1. And then you have, and then of course you have Encarnacion on deck. So we did commit on half swing. Ladies getting annoyed. No, full count to Tyler Naquin. And got him. Nice pitching there, but 2 runs come across as T1 Walker gets out of the jam.
No errors and 1 man left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Indians 3 and the D-backs 1.
So here's T1 Walker. 2019 postseason has 1 plate appearance in 3 games. This will be his 4th. And a ball downstairs. So 2 balls, 1 strike. So Carrasco right now has a 2-run lead here. And T1 Walker pops this one up. And there's 1 away as Naquin squeezes it, and 1 gone. And now we head back to the top of the order. And here is Garrett Hampson, 0 for 1 in the game. Lined out in the first inning. And there's should be a ball. Nope. Umpire said he went on the swing, and Hampson is taking care of. So 2-way. And here is Ketel Marte as he sent a solo shot out of here. Last time he was up only his 2nd home run of the postseason. And his first in the World Series.
I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out.
And there's a foul ball off the changeup. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Matt, that's a great point. If this 2-hitter finds a way on, it really sets up the very good middle part of the order.
And there's a ball upstairs. So 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ketel Marte. And this is going to be a fly out to center field as Naquin takes care of it. 1, 2, 3 innings, so nothing doing for the Diamondbacks. And 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Indians. So here's Encarnacion, 0 for 1, struck out in the 2nd inning. And the big question with him is how the offseason will treat him, whether he'll return next season and trying to go after home run career number 400. He's 4 short of that mark right now. Or will he call it a career? And nice 12-6 curve, and Encarnacion knew it. Yep, you can tell. He should have swung. So here's Tim Valdez, 0 for 1, struck out in the 2nd inning. And so far, Walker, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 hits allowed, and 3 runs given up. And there's a tough play by Jake Lamb. No problem there. So 2-away. And here is Andrew Knapp, 0 for 1 in the game. And then, of course, you would have the pitcher spot. And so just outside just a bit. So 3 balls, 1 strike. As Knapp will fly this to center field. Buxton has it. 1, 2, 3 inning. So nicely done. And we'll have the so 3, 4, 5 coming up for the Diamondbacks. And here comes Paul Goldschmidt. There's our TV commentators here on the Worldwide Network here for the continuing coverage of the World Series 2019 World Series. As there's a strike 2-2 to Goldschmidt. So 1 double, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs here in the postseason, 1 stolen base. Here in the World Series, boy, that is a tough take, but he took it. And it's a full count with Jake Lamb coming up. So 2-run lead for Cleveland, full count to Paul Goldschmidt. As Goldschmidt right down the line, because he does not move exceptionally fast here, just going to hold him at first base. Even though I think he probably would have made it to second since the throw was offline. But better to play it safe than sorry. So nice hit for Goldschmidt. And that will bring up Jake Lamb. 0 for 1 strikeout in the first inning. So Lamb, what a year he had. 24 home runs this season. As that is right to Encarnacion and pulled him off the bag. And no one is going to be out. So E3, as Encarnacion thought he threw a nice ball right to second base, but Lindor had to come off the bag just to nab it there. And then no chance of getting Jake Lamb at first. So first and second, no one out. Here is the speedy and always dangerous Byron Buxton. And Buxton pushing this to first base. So he'll sacrifice himself to move the runners to second and third. 1 out. Nicely done there by Byron Buxton. As third baseman was playing the drag in case it came his way. So good decision just to kind of go that way. And here is Souza Jr. And whew, hey, that slider so effective. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
But I think this is the biggest one. His ability to work out a nasty change. 2 guys in scoring position right now.
Oh, got him with a changeup, and I tell you, he really knows how to throw.
Pulled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
So here's Marwin Gonzalez, full count to him. And Gonzalez, and this will go foul, and that has some serious distance. So still a full count. As this is going to be a base hit, and this will bring in 2 runs. And it's Gonzalez, and it is a tie game once again. I tell you, this is something he did in Houston. You know, would come up with big hits, and I mean, yeah, that ball was just on the outside, but enough strength for him to just launch, get that thing over to second baseman's reach there and get it in for a base hit to tie the game up. And here's Alex Avila. And there's ball inside, so 2 balls, 1 strike. So Gonzalez. There's a ball outside again.
Well, to me, it just looks like he was aiming the ball a little bit. Like,
Cat on top.
when you do that, you
Cat on the lap and could not type. Oh. Buddy. So 3-1, and I don't know why they're throwing over. Gonzalez really is not that big a threat to steal. So 3-1. as this ball will go foul. So full count with 2 away. Now you have to think to a point that Lavallo will send. And they are trying so hard. Terry Francona must be thinking the same thing. Man is going to run. That's Carrasco. I tell you, he's giving Gonzalez as much attention as he would Buxton. And Buxton was on base. So full count, and there's ball 4. So good job by Avila to hold up, and now we're going to get the pitching coach for Cleveland coming out. He knows in this very crucial game.
On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
So kind of getting things wound back and going here. So here is T1 Walker, 0 for 1 in the game, flew out in the 3rd inning. And first and second, no one at 2 outs here, 1-1 count. Kind of undercutted that one. 62 pitches already for Carrasco at this point. So he flew out to center field the first time up. And Walker gets a little piece of that, so still 1 ball, 2 strikes. 7 hits in the ball game so far. As this is just foul. That was going to be tough. And that is going to be a tough play, but Avila Murphy, nice backhand over to Lindor. Retired Avila 1-2-3 inning, but Gonzalez brings in 2 runs, and we're tied once again as we go to the 5th inning. I don't think, maybe, just maybe, you were expecting a home run from the pitcher. And there's a 1-1 count right to Jake Lamb at 3rd, and nice job just taking his time because he knew he had the pitcher running, and a nice throw, 1 away. Carrasco is retired, and here is Lorenzo Cain. I believe in miracles even from a pitcher. Okay, now here it's Cain, 1-2 count to him. As this out to Souza Jr. And there is 2 away. And here is Daniel Murphy, 0 for 1 in the game. A walk, a run. Yeah, his walk really opened up the gates just a bit in that 3rd inning. Right to Goldschmidt at first, and 1-2-3 inning. So easy does it there as the Indians are retired. Diamondbacks coming up as top of the order, due up 1, 2, and 3. And here is Garrett Hampson, struck out, lined out, 0 for 2 in the game.
Number 1, 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's the ball inside. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Welcome everybody to the 2019 World Series game number 4. Thanks for joining in the stream here tonight. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Garrett Hampson. And right in the dirt. So 3-1 as Marte on deck. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Carrasco find a strike in there somewhere. And he's going to flip it over and just beat. Carrasco just beat Hampson to first base and 1 away. That was close. And here's Kendall Marte, solo home run in the first inning. So you know he's dangerous with the bat. Ooh, I tell you, we kind of, when that third pitch is a changeup, well, that really changes your thinking just a little bit. Oh, there's a foul ball, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now here in the 5th inning, bottom of the 5th inning, is tie game so far between the Indians and the Diamondbacks. As the ball goes for ball number 2 with the slider. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And ball 3. I'll tell you, Marte really making him work.
With the meat of the order due up next, you could probably expect to see something.
So full count here, and this has been a little bit of a struggle for your Cleveland Indian pitchers. Is that the Diamondbacks are a patient team. They are going to make you throw a lot of pitches. Carrasco's already at 75 pitches. And through 5 innings so far, T1 Walker's only thrown 66. And there is ball 4. So Marte will take first. So Marte just gives up, goes to first base on the walk. And here's Paul Goldschmidt, 1 for 2, a single, and he came around and scored. And I believe, now it's his 3rd walk of the game. So 3 walks, 4 strikeouts for Carrasco in this game. There's a ball outside with slider, 2-2. And Pomerantz up in the bullpen. Never a good sign here in the middle innings when you see the bullpen getting going. And did he go? No, he did not. So it would be a full count to Paul Goldschmidt. So through the postseason, 18 walks for Paul Goldschmidt. As he gets under this one, and this is traveling well, and this is gone. So Goldschmidt, 2-run homer. And I believe his 4th of the postseason. And it is a 5-3 ball game, Arizona. And I tell you, they just don't quit. So Goldschmidt, nice home run there. As he really just kind of got under that, used that full length power of his. Yep, his 4th home run of the postseason. This thing was just out to center field and gone. And here's Jake Lamb. So he'll be batting with the shift on him. And this ball is smoked, but Cain will take care of it, 2 away, as he hadn't played pretty well. And here is Byron Buxton, 0 for 2 in the game. He grounded out, pushed a bunt to first base to move the runners over. And that to Lindor. And a 1-2-3 inning. So Arizona, I tell you, this team, no quit. As 2-run homer for Goldschmidt, his 4th of the postseason. And it is 5-3. And here's Jose Ramirez, 1 for 2, a double.
Hoping to build off that RBI double from his last plate appearance.
Ripped that nice double last time.
But we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs.
And there's a nice split finger.
To get something going, the last thing they want to do is...
So let's see, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk through 5 innings for T1 Walker. He has really done well. And got him with the split finger. So 9 Ks for T1 Walker. He is really...
Right now. Still looks razor sharp from what I can tell. I think he might last a while longer.
There you see Ramirez. Yep, just not been a good postseason form. And here's Lindor, 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 RBIs.
Matty, he checks every box. Charisma, smile, pitch from both sides of the
And
plate.
Walker and Lindor, I tell you, he just does not quit. Look at this thing. And this is going to go over for a ground rule double.
Over the wall, down the line out there for a ground
So,
rule
my
double.
goodness, he just
Great approach at the plate right there.
he just knows how to get the hits, bounce fair, and into the bullpen for a ground rule double. And here is Tyler Naquin.
Stepping in now, Tyler Naquin.
And there's a ball outside, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Runs it to 2 balls and a strike.
So far, no one up in the bullpen for Arizona. And 3-1.
3-1.
And Encarnacion due up.
Middle of the order up in a run-scoring situation, and now he might have to challenge him. Gonna have to make some.
And there's a foul ball, so full count.
Count will be full.
And, ooh, nice. Nice curveball. Strike him out, throw him out. So 2 away.
Good pitch there, and that was a nice job by his battery mate.
And that gives
After the ball hit the dirt.
10 strikeouts for T.O. Walker. He is really pitching a nice game so far. Only 1 walk in the game.
Standing in now, Edwin Encarnacion.
Well, I would say that curveball slightly got away from him.
Looked like he was trying to work in a front door curveball there, but it seemed like it popped out of his hand a little early, causing it to miss inside.
And got him with the fastball. So Encarnacion, boy, he is mad. He just has not performed well here in the postseason. So 5-3, 11 strikeouts for T1 Walker. He is certainly doing a heck of a job here.
James Hoyt enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th. Number 62. Coming to the plate now, Steven Souza. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
And here's Steven Souza Jr. Struck out last time he was up in the 4th inning. As we have a new pitcher. And it's a man we know very well, James Hoyt.
The 1-2.
And did he go? Yes, he did. So Souza Jr. is retired. And there's been a few of those. And here is Marvin Gonzalez. Big 2-run single last time he was up. Gives him 9 for the postseason. And there's ball 4, so Hoyt issues his first walk.
And that whole at bat, I feel like he really didn't want to challenge him. And I'm really surprised by that because I think this is a guy in the bottom third of the order you have to go right after.
Digging in to try it again, Alex Avila. It was a walk in his last trip. Gonzalez, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning.
So here's Alex Avila, 1-2 count, and the ball with the slider. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yep. Well, we really have it for most of this World Series. It's like the Armors of Cleveland have nothing against our staff. So Otero and Perez up in the bullpen for Cleveland. Full count here for Avila. And there's ball 4. So I tell you, back-to-back walks here for Hoyt.
2 ways to look at this walk. If you're the hitting coach, you say, that's a great AB. Down 0-2 and you work the walk. But if you're a pitcher like me, that's just a case of letting a guy off the hook, and that can really frustrate you.
Now at the plate, Taijuan Walker. And he may instead be asked to bunt. We'll see how they approach the situation.
So here is Taijuan Walker. So with him batting, you know that he's going to pitch the 7th.
First and second now, 1 man out.
which overall he really has not done that bad in this game. 78 pitches so far. He has really been on he's really been on point so far. Whoa. Well, that sinker kind of got away from Hoyt. And there is the signals from Terry Francona, 2-2.
What are you supposed to do other than keep trying new guys until someone starts attacking the zone?
And that is a rocket shot, but nice play and a double play. So nice stab by Murphy. Snaps on second to retire Avila, and then throws to first to retire the pitcher. Double play, 1, 2, 3 inning. As we now go to the 7th inning, and Arizona still leads by 2 runs.
Welcome back to Chase Field here in Phoenix. Game 4 is off to the 7th inning now, but before we get it started, let's check out our game summary to this point.
So Tim Valdez 0 for 2 in the game, strikeout, grounded out.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that.
And that is right down the line, but nice play at first base for Goldschmidt. So 1 away here in the 7th inning. And here is the catcher Andrew Knapp 0 for 2. 2 flyouts in the game, and yep, I was wondering when the bullpen was going to get going. Delgado getting up in the bullpen. And whew, what a beauty of a 12-6 curve.
I think that curveball is a big reason why he's able to turn things around in this start after a rough beginning.
Well, I tell you, except for the flyout, Walker's really had pretty good. He's had some pretty good hits tonight. Just nice plays by Daniel Murphy at second base. And here's Jason Kipnis. And a ground ball right to second. Hampson right over the first. 1, 2, 3 innings. So once again, Cleveland just the inability to get base runners on. So 7th inning stretch time. Arizona still leads it 5-3. Top of the order coming up.
Oliver Perez gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
So Oliver Perez, 6th appearance in the postseason, and he will face Garrett Hampson 0 for 3 in the game. With the left-handed pitcher, Hampson's got a turnaround bat from the other side of the plate. And there's a ball with a slider, 2-2.
Boy, that's a great breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch to lay off when that ball's coming in at that plane right there. Quality take.
And Hampson flies this one out to center field and 1 away. And here is Ketel Marte. We flash back all the way to the first inning. Cleveland took the lead, and then he tied it up by delivering this nice home run to the pool. And that tied the game up at 1. Then Cleveland took 2 more runs in the 3rd, and then in the bottom of the 4th, the Diamondbacks tie it up, and then got 2 more runs off the Goldschmidt 2-run homer. And this is, oh, what a catch by Lorenzo Cain. Nice catch there. I tell you, the outfielders have had a heck of a series themselves because they've made some unbelievable stabs in this postseason. So Marte thought maybe thinking he was going to get on base, robbed by Lorenzo Cain. And here's a flashback to Goldschmidt's 2-run homer in the 5th inning. And that gave us our 5-3 lead, and then T.O. Walker has just been on point with his pitching so far. A 1 ball, 1 strike. As this is right out to center field, Naquin. 1, 2, 3 inning, no damage done. We go to the 8th inning. 6 more outs to go.
Remains 5-3. In now is Lorenzo Cain. He'll start us off in the 8th.
Alright, so here is Lorenzo Cain, and looks like T.Y. Walker is just going to kind of, Torey Lovallo is going to see how well he does here in the 8th inning. And nice play by Marte, nicely turned. Right to first base, one away as Cain does run fairly well near Jay Murphy, 0 for 2 in the game. And of course the most dangerous reliever in the game this postseason, Archie Bradley, getting up in the bullpen. And got him looking. So Murphy is retired, and that's 2-way. And you can just tell. So here's Jose Ramirez, 1 for 3 in the game. So 93 pitches so far for T.Y. Walker, as he is really throwing a gem here. And the ball goes foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 13 strikeouts here in this game today. And nice throw to Goldschmidt. 1, 2, 3 inning. And I tell you, Walker is on point. Only giving up 5 hits, 3 runs. And we're still at 5-3. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Diamondbacks. And here's Dan Otero, 8th appearance in the postseason. There you see his numbers. Just absolutely getting shelled by left-handers. Lefties batting .600 against him, but fairly effective against right-handers. 167 here in the postseason. And I tell you, Lamb kind of went for the sinker and struck out, so 1 away.
Well, I'm glad we get another look at that beauty of a pitch right there. You
So
can't
very.
spot a sinker in a better location, because even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not
And
a
here's
whole lot
Byron
you can do with
Buxton.
that. Textbook sinker.
So 3 balls, 1 strike.
Into the box now, Byron Buxton.
And Buxton lifts this one, and this is out of here. So Buxton, his first home run of the postseason, and what a time he picks to do it. So 6-3, 3-run lead for the former Minnesota Twin.
I know one thing, with this homer, it might make the decision to send the starter back out there.
And that ball was right down Main Street. And I tell you, there goes Ontero's chance at a very good average against righties. So that will do it. Nick Goody coming in, his 5th appearance, as now the and here is Souza Jr. 5 home runs, 8 RBIs here in the postseason, 2 here in the World Series. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's ball 2 with the changeup. So back from 0-2 to 2-2.
It's one of those days when you're out there as a pitcher going, oh, I wish I was somewhere anywhere else but on that bump right now.
And ball 3, trying to give him the nibble on the that slider. So full count, Souza Jr. As this is ripped past third base. So Ramirez is going to come up with that third base, and that puts Souza Jr. at first base. And here is Marwin Gonzalez. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and a foul ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Souza Jr. Oh, just a little nibbler here. Good, he's got to hurry, and he will have enough time. So 2-way. Gonzalez just kind of nibbled that in front of the plate. Pitcher got it, took care of him, but that kept the, well, there was no way you're probably not going to get a double play out of that one. But Souza Jr. down to second base, and here is Alex Avila. So Avila, 3-2 count. And again, just a little nibbler. And this time Knapp has a 1-2-3 inning. Easy does it, but the Diamondbacks strike for 1 thanks to Buxton's first home run of the postseason. And it's 6-3 as we go to the 9th inning. 3 more to go. And here comes Archie Bradley. 7 appearances in the postseason, 5 saves, 6 innings, 9 strikeouts. There you see the averages against lefties and righties, just absolutely dominating. What can you do against a man that is throwing this well? So Francisco Lindor, double, 2 singles, 2 RBIs in the game. A perfect 3-for-3 day. And just before anything else remotely happens, some changes. Avila's going to bring in A.J. Pollock, wants his veteran on the field during the most important Nick Ahmad and in at shortstop, and then Pollock in center field. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's a foul on that knuckle curve. Very effective pitch, that knuckle curve. He has certainly perfected this thing this postseason. And still 1 ball, 2 strikes. So fans on their feet here. Ooh, just missed 2-2. As Lindor lifts this one to right field, Souza Jr. has it. And there's 1 away. So 2 more outs to go before history is made for the 2nd time in this franchise history. The first title was in 2001 with guys like Mark Grace, Kurt Schilling, Randy Johnson, Matt Williams being the manager of that club. And now you have an entirely new crew this season. So 2 balls, 1 strike. As Naquin, just absolute struggles for him this postseason. No hits at all in the World Series. There's a nice strike with knuckle curve. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
And got him with a cutter. So 2-way.
Wow, he's just a lost cause in this one. That's the 4th time he struck out in this game alone. And that's
I'll tell you one thing. Yep, there's some of Tijuana Walker's strikeouts. As they're flashing through most of these other ones. And then Bradley. There's the last one. So 2-way and a chance to really just hang this up 1 more time. 1 more to go. And the most dangerous hitter, Edwin Encarnacion, 0 for 3 in the game. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Encarnacion. So power versus power here. And a foul ball. So 2-2 as we let the moment build just a bit. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch. And there's a fly ball. And this is a good thing it's going the other way out of play, because that would have been one heck of a run, since they do have the shift on them going towards left field. And there's a foul ball off the knuckle curve, so still 2-2. And way outside with that knuckle curve, full count.
Well, I think that's the result of a lot of foul balls. He might have tried to do a little bit too much with it, trying to get him to swing through it, but it just ended up taking off on him.
And got him with the knuckle curve, and that is the ball game. And that is the series. So the Diamondbacks complete the improbable dream in the second year of this GM's tenure at Arizona. The first year, even 500. This season, really made some key deals in this postseason, bringing in some key guys, and I mean, what a job. As Arizona Diamondbacks celebrate a World Series title, their second in team history. As you can see, as we're back once again, there is the A.J. Pollock. Yes, he is happy. And Torey Lovallo. And his coaching staff. I tell you, what a job his guys did this year. So the 2019 World Series champions. There is Jake Lamb holding up the trophy. So congratulations, Arizona, on what a ride this was this year. So finished the season 81-81, and then finished 94 wins this 94-68 this season, and then just the improbable march to the World Series. Had to really get back in the groove after losing the first game in the NLDS to the Phillies. Came back and won that series, and then had to go the full 7 against the Dodgers, eliminating the Dodgers finally in Game 7. And then the World Series really had this in control most of the way, even though Cleveland showed moments in which they showed why they are Cleveland, but just not enough in the long run, as Arizona takes the World Series. And no doubt you have Lindor, your best hitter in this game, 3 for 4, 2 RBIs for the Indians, and Ramirez 1 for 4, 1 RBI. Definitely not the postseason he was hoping for, as he had no home runs in the World Series. Carrasco going 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 runs all earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts for him. Hoyt, Perez, Otero, and Goody all finished up. And then for the dominating Arizona Diamondbacks, was down, came back, was down again, came back, took the lead in the 5th, and then added an insurance run in the 8th. And that is pretty much all you can say on that one, as the lineup did very well. Gonzalez 1 for 2 in the game with 2 RBIs. Goldschmidt 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs for him. Buxton with a solo shot, home run for 1 RBI, and same thing for Marte, as he did that one in the first inning. So Buxton, his first home run in the postseason. Marte, his second. Goldschmidt, his 4th. Goldschmidt with 10 RBIs in the postseason. Buxton with 2. Gonzalez with 9. And Marte with 4. Walker went 8 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts in the game. And Bradley came in the 9th. What a job he did too. Got 1, 2, 3 innings, 2 strikeouts in that, including Edwin Encarnacion. Gets his 6th save of the postseason, And heck of a job he did here today, as we say once again, congratulations to the Diamondbacks. So what will year 3 bring for this GM, as he will be going into his final year of the contract, and what he's looking towards next season in the terms of contracts and everything else at this point. So that will be the interesting fact there of how everything will kind of work out. Alright, so Diamondbacks have clinched the World Series, and they have done as I say, I mean, nobody expected them to do that this year. So 94-68, they beat the Dodgers by 1 game in the standings, as they did a heck of a job. As we check out the awards, so playoff MVP goes to our catcher, Alex Avila. And then World Series MVP, A.J. Pollock. So nicely done there. So A.J. Pollock is the overall World Series MVP, batting an even 500, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs in the series. Cody Bellinger, LA won the World Series last year. Bellinger was the MVP of that World Series last year. So nicely done there. I expected them to be great. So what a year for A.J. Pollock. 26 home runs, 78 RBIs this season. Played at 153 games. Has so far 97 home runs in his career, 323 RBIs, 832 hits in his career. So we'll see. He's 3 short of 100. So we'll see how that goes. Most valuable player, as we go through the awards real fast. Aaron Judge won the most valuable player. He had 60 home runs this year, as he had 52 in 2017, 50 last season, 60 this year. So he is on a absolute tear, this young man is. And then Chris Sale won the Cy Young, and Yu Darvish won it for the National League. Jose Ramirez won the batting title at third base, 39 home runs. And then Ryan Presley was the reliever of the year with 50 for the American League. Brandon Morrow got the nod for the National League with 52 saves. And then Garrett Walker is the for the National League. So 20 home runs, 57 RBIs. So nice job there. Aaron Judge back-to-back Hank Aaron awards in the American League. Sanchez, Grandal, and then Gold Gloves, Grandal, Villar, Chapman at third, Machado at short, Giancarlo Stanton in left, and then Cordell for the White Sox won a Gold Glove in center, and then Aaron Judge in right field, and then Silver Slugger DH, J.D. Martinez. So plenty of other guys to go along that award there. Postseason MVP for the American League, Jose Ramirez. Back-to-back honors for him in 18 and then 19. So, and then most valuable player in the National League, Chris Bryant, 38 home runs in that regard. And then Cy Young award winner Yu Darvish going 20-6 this year for the Cubs. Chris Bryant also won the batting title. And then reliever of the year, Brandon Morrow. And then rookie of the year, Donald Waller. Hank Aaron award goes to Chris Bryant in the National League. Dallas Keuchel, Gold Glove for him. Tyler Flowers for the Braves behind the plate, Gold Glove for him. Zimmerman at first base for the Nationals, Gold Glove for him. Garrett Hampson gets a Gold Glove at second base for the Diamondbacks. So nicely done there too, as he beats out DJ LeMahieu. And then Miguel Sano gets the Gold Glove at third base, as he was traded to the Mets this season. And then Echevarria gets the Gold Glove at shortstop. For the National League, Marcell Ozuna, Gold Glove in left field. And then Ender Inciarte gets the Gold Glove in center field for the National League. Bryce Harper gets the Gold Glove in right field for the Nationals this year. And then Flaherty, Silver Slugger for pitchers this year. 258 average. And then Silver Slugger, so we're not too worried about that. Avila did get the postseason MVP. 4 home runs, 7 RBIs, 349 average. He is the postseason MVP. So nicely done there. As AJ Pollock gets the World Series MVP once again. So as we look to what hopefully will be a good, as we will take a look to see who we got all coming out, and then we do have our retired players. So I'm going to go ahead and bump off real fast, get through the postseason, and then we will see where we're at as we head towards year number 3. Yes, it was a very good season. So I'll return in just a few minutes. So don't go away, anybody. Yes, I will return.